Kenya is making headlines across the world after announcing that it plans to repay its massive debt to China, not in US dollars, but in Chinese yuan. This unprecedented move could reshape the financial future of the Horn of Africa and reduce Nairobi's dependence on the dollar, while at the same time boosting Beijing's ambition of making the yuan a global trade currency. Back in 2014 and 2015, Kenya borrowed about $5 billion from China to build the standard gauge railway, linking the port city of Mombasa with Nairobi and extending into Naivasha. Those loans came with heavy terms, interest rates as high as 6.37%, all pegged to the US dollar. Today, Kenya spends more than $1 billion every year servicing its Chinese debt. But under the new plan, Nairobi is negotiating with the Export-Import Bank of China to restructure the loans, extend the repayment period, and most importantly, switch repayment into yuan. This change could slash the interest rate from more than 6% in dollars to about 3% in yuan, cutting Kenya's debt burden nearly in half. Treasury officials say the deal is at an advanced stage, and if successful, it would provide immediate relief to Kenya's struggling finances. The country has faced mounting pressure since the cancellation of the controversial 2024 finance bill, which derailed tax reforms and left the government scrambling for revenue. On top of that, the International Monetary Fund recently suspended a crucial loan review, leaving Kenya unable to access an $850 million disbursement. Analysts are calling the debt swap a win-win. For Kenya, it means lower costs, reduced dependence on the US dollar, and greater flexibility to fund domestic priorities. For China, it marks another step in its long-term goal of expanding the yuan's role in global trade and finance, especially in Africa. This deal is not just about money. It is about power and influence. By embracing the yuan, Kenya could inspire other African nations facing similar debt challenges, from Ethiopia and Djibouti to Angola, to consider similar arrangements. For the United States, it signals a worrying trend. The dollar's dominance in Africa may no longer be guaranteed. The shift highlights a changing global order in which Africa, and especially the Horn of Africa, is becoming a battleground for economic influence. For Nairobi, it is a lifeline. For Beijing, it is a victory. And for the region, it could be the beginning of a new financial era. The big question now is, will more African nations follow Kenya's lead and dump the dollar in favor of the yuan? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on Africa's changing future, subscribe to Horn Daily and join our growing community. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories from the Horn of Africa and beyond.